Good day. Today I want to talk to you about the coming exodus from your company, nonprofit, or organization and what you can do to stop it. Good day. My name is Matthew Yule from Leading with Nice, where we want to help you inspire others, build loyalty, and get results. So, this past few weeks, I've been hearing from different people in different organizations, and these people typically sit in what I would call and others would call the second chair. They are the executive director to a nonprofit chair. They are the chief operating officer. They are the general manager below a CEO, etc. If somebody in that role, you may not call them any of those things, but you know who I'm talking about at your organization. And what I'm hearing is this, it's that they've been giving their all these past 13 months in a way they haven't done before. And they are dedicated. They want to do well. They are not resentful. They are not feeling any ill will. They're often feeling appreciated. However, what I've been hearing is that they're so spent on the work they're doing that they really can't see how they can be the same way into the future. They don't have the energy, the creativity, the drive for the same organization. So I'm hearing words like this: I have about 6 more months after this is done, or I'll make sure for the next 18 months the ship is right, but then I'll need to move on. And really the only thing that is driving this is not your traditional or typical motives around, growth or opportunity. It's simply fatigue. And as the person in the first chair, you can do something about this today. You can start right now to ensure you don't want your number two leaving for these reasons. You would want to encourage them if they had something that they wanted to pursue, a passion they were excited about, or another opportunity that fed into them, or something that is exciting for them. You would want that for them, no doubt. However, this is not any of that. This is simply fatigue and a lack of energy because the last 13 months has been so taxing on them. And it's different for them than it is for you because they don't have the same intrinsic drive or motivation or sense of ownership in the same way that you do. They might have a sense of ownership. In fact, they most likely do, but not in the same way you do. So you need to put on their shoes for a bit and understand. So here are 3 ways you can right this wrong that will most likely be happening in your organization. The first is to devise a plan around a sabbatical. And I know that's quite drastic. However, I did lots of research on sabbaticals while doing my master's in leadership and management. And a 1-month to 3-month sabbatical can often be a very healthy time for that person in the second chair to take time away from their day-to-day and explore a new avenue for the organization. Do some learning for themselves. Refresh, renew. We do sabbaticals in a lot of other industries and businesses, but we often don't look at it for the person in the second chair. Well, they've been running the day-to-day, the operations in such a way that they could use one. You want to start this conversation right now because it'll show that you're being proactive in thinking, but also that you care. It will also give them something to look forward to. And if you give them that time, 1 to 3 months, to refresh, renew, to look at something for the company, it can be very beneficial both for them and for the organization down the road. The second thing is to have a conversation with them about how they're doing, an honest and open conversation. You might have very frank discussions on an ongoing basis, but this is just all about them. Now, recently we did a video on checking in instead of checking up. And that's the idea that, when you have that conversation, you're not seeing, is this project coming along, or what's the due date on this looking like? It's simply like, how can I be helpful? What are you doing? Here, have that same conversation, but specifically around their energy level and how they're feeling, and have an honest conversation. One of 2 things will happen. Either you'll start down the road where you are re-energizing them and giving them whatever it is they need to stick around and stay with you, or you're going to be much better prepared for the time when the time comes that they say, it's time for me to leave. And the third thing you can do is ensure that they have adequate support systems around them. Now that's everything from making sure that their employees are the right employees, If this person in your second chair is as important to you as I suspect they are, you'll want to make sure that they have the very best around them. So that might mean reshuffling, replacing, putting somebody who's on the right bus but in the wrong seat in a new seat. It might also mean outside of the organization. So for example, like you, they most likely haven't had to have a great holiday lately. Well, what can you do to help rectify that? How can you show that you genuinely care, that their whole being, their whole health is important and not just how they are healthy at work? So 3 things: talk to them about a sabbatical, plan it with them, discuss what it might look like, start preparing for it. 2, have a real conversation with them about their energy levels, how they're feeling, what the future holds. I know that may not seem like the right time to have it, but it definitely is. And 3, ensure you have the right support systems around them, both in the workplace and also what externally, like you'll know better, it's so unique to each individual, what externally is missing from their support network. So for example, I play basketball Wednesday nights and I haven't been able to. So I've been really missing that camaraderie that comes with that and the physical exercise and just enjoying a sport. Well, to compensate or to make something that gets in that vibe, my wife and I walk a lot. We do a lot of walks. In fact, people often say, "Oh, I see you and your wife out all the time." So that's enabled me to fill in that void that is happening because of the pandemic. And so there's just an example of something that you might look for. Again, lots more of this on our website, leadingwithnice.com. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon.